What's up, YouTube? Okay, this video is on tantrum. And I decided to do this video because I know some people like leaving their children in the car and stuff. I haven't heard anything about it lately and stuff, which is good. But let's only thing that could come to mind of someone that would want to leave their children in the car when going in public is because they might be acting out and not know how to act in public. I mean, that's a big one. It could be other things, but this is a big one. Okay, what is a tantrum? It's when a child have an outburst of frustration and anger that they cannot control. Like, children love, they're not going to tell you, but they do love order and structure. And when you have order and structure and a child wasn't brought up in an order and structure environment, it tends to bring out that behavior. That's how you can tell who how a child is being taught and what they're not being taught, to be able to help that child. You have to have order and structure, and they do love it though. They do love it. And the ones that didn't come up with, a home that has order and structure tend to bring out that, behaviors like, I hate you, etc. When a child throws a tantrum, first you have to practice and teach children how to act in public. It will teach you patience too. You know what I'm saying? It would teach you patience. I mean, because like when your child act out, or even if it's not your child and stuff, like what do you do? Like what when they're not acting how they should act and they throw a tantrum, like how does that make you feel? Like what is your first response to do when you see them acting this way? And I put, I love order and structure. Children love it. Some children didn't grow up with it, which I explained. Practice makes what? Perfect. So if you fail a mission, you will know what to do next time, because it will be a next time. What happens if it's an adult that throws a tantrum and you're with or talking to someone who throws a tantrum and they're an adult, not a child, an adult? What do you do? What do you do in a situation like this? Do you start yelling and screaming? Add to the confusion. Me personally, I do not tolerate tantrums. And we're not supposed to give in to a tantrum. Okay? Because it's not appropriate behavior. So if we're not supposed to give in to a child throwing a tantrum, it's not appropriate behavior for an adult. You should know, if you're an adult, you should know how to communicate and use your words, because that, and I'm not saying, and then if we want to go deeper and stuff with using words, it needs to be positive words. It needs to be how how you respond to people and how you talk to them, because when how you respond to people and how you talk to them and stuff, that's basically you're telling people that's the way you want them to talk to you. So if you don't want someone to talk to you a certain way and stuff, don't talk to them in that way. If you want them to talk to you positive, with some sense, then you talk to them like that. But if you're talking to someone reckless and just don't care and stuff, most likely that will be returned back to you. So, let's be an adult and communicate effectively. They do have workshops and seminars and stuff that is for communication. So I would recommend to take those classes and workshops if you need it. Okay? Or anger management. Okay, so look at this. They have to learn how to act in the store. And look, if you go in a store and you hear children crying, don't be like, that's why I'm not having any children. And you know what I'm saying? Because you see children acting out. And so if you have some people that say that, like, that's why I'm not having any children. I mean, look at the lady. She's scared. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because when a child act out and stuff like that, sometimes they will target whoever is near them. That's why I recommend, like, when a child is throwing a tantrum and stuff, you have to remove them from the scene of wherever they're throwing a tantrum. Move them from that for to calm them down, because he could go over there and stuff and kick the lady and or throw something at her and stuff. So that is a possibility of something that could happen when a child throws a tantrum. And like if his younger siblings around and stuff, they will go over there and try to kick them, because whoever's in the way, they don't care. So if you give into a cry, so you can't give into a cry when the children, it's a certain age. We're not talking about babies. We're talking about preschool and up. If they should know how to use their words or let you know what's wrong, where they don't have to act out and stuff. They should be able to express how they feel. So when a child throws a tantrum, we should not give in to that. I just said that. First, make sure it's nothing that can cause harm, like around them that can cause harm. Because like when they throw a tantrum, we're supposed to just leave them alone, let them throw a tantrum. But like if they're in public and stuff and they're throwing food and stuff and objects and stuff around, on the floor and stuff in a public area and stuff, you have to immediately get them, because that's not their property to throw around. So you will have to remove them immediately, from that scene. And plus, you don't really want them to throw anything and stuff in the house too, because you could break a window or something like that. But when they throw a tantrum, sometimes most likely they do throw themselves on the floor. So you're supposed to make sure nothing is around them and let them, go through that. And then after they're done, you can tell them, when you are done, you can come and we can talk and talk to you and stuff about what's going on after they done with that. You don't give in and be like, oh yeah, You can have whatever that you want and stuff and what you need and stuff. Some of y'all be doing that. And you're enabling them to continue to, do this behavior. Don't enable them. You have to let them go through what they're going through. If they're throwing a tantrum, until, wait till they're done and let them talk to you and express how they feel after they're done. And I put, don't sit there and yell at them, because you got some people like, what happened if you see your child doing this? Immediately some people start yelling and stuff at them. No, stop that and stuff. No, don't do that. It's just going to make matters worse. And most likely you'll see people carrying out their children while they're kicking and screaming and stuff. So count to three. Only if they are not listening. Count to three, and I'm not saying like count to three like 1, 2, 3. No, count slowly to give you some time to think about how you're going to respond to the situation, and give them some time and stuff to get it together before you get to 3. When you actually get to 3, then that's when you go over and remove them. Yeah, because cussing them out is not going to help the situation. If you pay attention, society is age appropriate things that children should be watching at a certain age. I just threw that in there. Because you got some people that allow their children to watch just any old thing. Like for instance, like movies and stuff. You got PG-13 rated R. It's for a reason. That's order and that's structure. It's something that you can follow and stuff when you have children. I've seen some people just sitting around and stuff watching rated R movies and stuff, all types of movies and stuff with their children. So no, they don't have to grow up so fast. Let them enjoy being a child and until they get to that age. When they get to PG-13, then they can watch the movies that's PG-13. And then when they finish, after they turn 14 and stuff, then you can decide and stuff what movies or whatever that you feel that they can watch. That is up to you. But the thing is not to allow them to grow up before it's time. And I put too, just give them some time when they throwing tantrums and stuff, because they will come around. They will come around and they will apologize for that behavior. But that's only if you're teaching them right. If they throw a tantrum and you start yelling and screaming and yoking them up and stuff and jacking them up and stuff and grabbing on their clothes and stuff and grabbing their arm and stuff, squeezing it tight and stuff, trying to take them out of the store and stuff, that's just adding to it. You have to have a different response when you're dealing with children, because they don't just learn from what you tell them. They learn from your reaction. Your actions is what they're looking at. How you react to situations, how you handle situations. That's what they're really looking at. They're not looking at, they're not listening to what you're saying. They're listening to what you do. Okay? Okay, God is not the author of confusion, but of peace. If you don't have peace, it's a problem somewhere. A friend loveth at all times, and a brother is born for adversity. And what that means is, and stuff like, if you have one child, it's all good and gravy, but once you have the second one and stuff, there will be adversity in the household, which they will be fighting each other, yelling and screaming at each other and stuff. And that is your time to intervene and let them know how to handle conflict. You got some people just be like, look, just duke it out and stuff. And then you have children coming in public to the schools and stuff with scratches and bruises on them and from a sibling, because you need to intervene. That doesn't mean to let them pound on each other and stuff. Buy some things and stuff that they can punch, like a punching bag and stuff like that. They should not be using each other as a punching bag. Yeah. So when this is happening, what do you do in a situation like this? Let them fight. I just went over that without me even knowing. It does not start at okay. It does start at home, with teaching your children, and even with teaching them and stuff, sometimes they will, but they will come back around. Just don't praise the negative behavior. If they're doing things that you know and they know that they should not be doing, it's not for you to reward that behavior. You should always reward positive behavior and catch it, because I know some children don't receive that. And they really like that. When you're doing, as an adult, when you're doing things and stuff that you know you're supposed to do, like good deeds, in your community, with your peers, people around you and stuff, you want to be rewarded. So children does too. Children like to be rewarded as well, because that encouraged them to continue to do the good things that they're doing. You're letting them know that. But when it's negative behavior, you don't want to add to that or reward that. You do not want to reward that, because if you do reward negative behavior, you're letting them know that, yeah, it's okay to do that. And we don't want that, because in reality, in society, there is consequences. So, they can't just go over and just hit someone, because that's not appropriate. You can get charged for that. If you just go over and hit someone, you will get charged for that. So we have to teach them reality. Okay. So, and then I have the babies. This doesn't apply to them. So, like, if they're crying and acting out, they're the boss. So this does not apply to the babies. So this is preschool and up. And sometimes if you see an adult throwing a tantrum, no, that is not appropriate behavior. Okay. So the babies, they can't talk and stuff. Their crying is their talking. So when they're crying and stuff, they need to be attended to. So this does not apply to them. Okay. Excuse me. Okay. So this is what I have. So I catch you. If you have anything to to add to this, just comment below. And I'll see you in the next video.